Highness, shaking my hand, and your distinguished colleagues who are here, the Right Honorable Speaker of the Parliament of Uganda, and all the participants. First of all, I want to thank the UAE for organizing this great occasion where the world can meet and discuss about prosperity. Thank you so much. Secondly, I want to salute the UAE for really being serious people. This is a challenge to the Africans. I see the UAE people as serious people because yesterday when I arrived, they took me for COVID test and everybody was checked. In Africa, sometimes we say big people should not be checked. But here, I was very happy to see that they really believe in my line of no, all of you be checked. They are very serious people. I want you to know that. Thirdly, the UAE are a challenge to Africa. They are a challenge to Africa because they have turned a desert, Edungu, into a center of affluence. Desert to affluence. I don't know what these Africans are thinking. To see a desert so affluent because of the vision of the leaders who did this. I had not come to UAE until some few years ago. And when I came here, I was surprised how these imaginative leaders turned this desert into a thriving center of affluence. Now, how much more easy it is for you from Africa, from the tropics, who have got it so easy there, when our brothers here can do so much with so little. They turned geography, just geography, into an advantage. The fact that here, when you are coming from Southeast Asia, it's like midway on the way to Europe. And they turned that into an opportunity. That's how the airlines are stopping here, even the ones from Uganda. So I want to salute you for that, for vision of your leaders. Now we are here. I forgot to ask the Arabic word for profit. I don't know what they call it. Profit. Anyway, I will get it. So, I think here my contribution would be to talk about profit. How do you maximize profit. Because we can't do business if you are making losses. Business must result into profit. And in order to make profit sustainably, continuously, you need three elements. Element number one, you produce a good or a service, a product. It can be a good, it can be a service. That's number one. Now, to produce a good or a service, there are some other issues which you need, which I will not go into. You need raw materials, you need labor, you need all sorts of things. But to summarize, I will simply talk of producing a good or a service. Once you do that, that good or service must be sold. So you must have a market. If you don't have a market, but you produce a good or a service, you are not going to survive business-wise. You will fail. So a good or a service, then a market. Somebody to buy what you produce or to use the service you are offering. Now finally, you need infrastructure to make sure that the good or the service you have produced is accessible or reaches the market. These, to me, are the acid tests of business. If you want business to start, these three must be there. If you want business to succeed, these three must be there. And that's why my team this time also were imaginative also. That's why they were saying that Uganda is the right place at the right time. Because Uganda happens to have all these three. When you come to invest in Uganda, you can produce so many goods and so many services. The spectrum is so big, it's really unimaginable. There's nothing you can't produce in Uganda. From raw materials of agriculture, raw materials of forestry, forest products, raw materials of marine products, of fish and so on, raw materials of crops for food and crops for textiles and crops for coffee. Coffee is not a food but a stimulant, a beverage for beverages. All those products are there. You can put anything you want there, you can produce. And then from minerals, from the human resource, we have also got a highly educated population with a lot of scientists and technicians. So you can also produce knowledge-based products. Now, once you produce them, the next question is, where do I sell what I produce? And that's how, again, Uganda comes in. First of all, these Ugandans are now 42 million. They are producing a lot of children. As His Highness said, Uganda has got the youngest population. They are now 42 million, but they are determined to be 100 million in the next 30 years. You can imagine. There will be 106 million by 2050. So, and I'm not worried about them. Some NGOs were worried that there are too many. I said, don't worry about them. We shall manage them. We shall handle them. But it's not just Uganda. So that market of Uganda is there. 40 million now will be 100 in 30 years. But that's not the only market. Once you produce a product in Uganda, it can be sold in the whole of Africa. Because now we have got the CFTA, Continental Free Trade Area. And Africa has now a population of 1.4 billion people. There will be 2.5 billion in 2050. So you have the market of Uganda, the market of East Africa, the market of what they call COMESA, and the market of the whole of Africa. There are still some problems of infrastructure in some of the areas, but they will be sorted out in time. Then, because of our history, we have links with the United States of America. You know, there are many Africans in the United States. In fact, one of them was the president of that country recently, if you remember. An African man took over that place. Now, because of that relationship with our people there, some years ago, we negotiated with Mr. Bill Clinton to allow our products to enter the American market tariff-free, quota-free. No tax, no limitation, no limitation of quantities. These people here, they should give you the list. I think the list is 6,500 products. One of the ladies is there, you stand up and they see you, that's one of them who is in charge of that. Give that list. Those products, you produce them in Uganda, they can enter the USA without tax, without limit as to their amount, to the quotas. Then the Europeans, we are committing revenge on them. You know, those Europeans come and invaded us, they colonized us, we kicked them out. So we are now coming back to commit revenge on them. So you buy our products. And they can't say no because they have an old debt. So there's what they call EBA. Everything but arms. These people should give you that list. Everything except weapons produced in Uganda and some of the other countries in Africa can enter the European market without tax, without limit to the numbers. We have had historical links with China. So China has also given us some products for quota-free, tax-free access to their markets. So therefore, the market is there. The market is there. You produce in Uganda, you will not be short of market. And the infrastructure in Uganda has improved. And His Highness contributed to that. Because he brought a mobile telephone company some years ago. He has now reminded me. I had forgotten. But he brought a mobile telephone company some years ago. It is now part of Airtel. And you know how many people, how many subscribers are connected to Airtel. But we have used the private sector and government funding to improve the infrastructure, energy, electricity, transport, We are now working on the railway. So the infrastructure is there. So therefore, Uganda is the right place at the right time. I thank the UAE for organizing this exposure, this Expo. Expo means exposure. You show, you give us opportunity to show what we have. You're welcome to Uganda. And of course, His Highness touched on the issue of cultural linkages. The Arabian Gulf is directly linked, has been directly linked to East Africa for a long time. That's why you have even a language called Swahili, which is 30% Arabic, because of the interaction between the people of Oman, the people of Yemen, even the people of Shirazi in Iran with East Africa. And therefore, really you Arabian Gulf people, Arabian Peninsula people, we regard you as our brothers and sisters across the Red Sea. This is apart from North Africa, Egypt and so on, but directly now with the Gulf and East Africa. So I thank the UAE for this opportunity. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We are now pleased to share a cultural performance that will showcase a variety of the Republic of Uganda's rich cultural diversity with traditional folk music and dance. Their vibrance and uniqueness shows that Uganda is really the pearl of Africa. I am very excited to introduce the epitome of Ugandan culture, the crane performance. Thank you so much, the great performers, for the incredible performance. With this, we conclude our official National Day ceremony of the Republic of Uganda. Please, once again, thank everyone who has joined us for this beautiful morning. Thank you.